In this video I'm going to look at some of the graphical user interface capabilities of FastTrack Scripting Host, and these are documented on the GUI page under Graphical User Interfaces, and I'll use 3 scripts to demonstrate these, and these scripts are in fact the ones used for the installation, deinstallation and general management of Malwarebytes, another example in the video tutorials. So in addition to the icons that are available in FastTrack Scripting Host, and I'm just scrolling through the list of those there are a number of other screen and user interface interactions available to you, and I'm just showing you some in the engine browser at the left there. But what I'm going to do is use these 3 scripts that you can see in the FastTrack editor on screen at the moment, just to demonstrate some of the capabilities that FastTrack has as a scripting language. So I won't go through these scripts in detail. I'll just execute each one and then we'll come back and have a look at the commands that are being executed. So to run this one, which is the console, I run the script from the editor, and all that is doing is putting up a console for Malwarebytes management with 5 options on it. So let's have a look at install Malwarebytes, and if I double click that, then there's an example of a progress screen. So first checking for previous installation, it finds none, so now gathering required information, and then we have an example above that of a prompt, and that's an ask command in which I can display some information and then take a yes or no answer. So I'm going to go no at this point. In other words, I'm not going to continue. We'll go back to the script, so I'll just cancel out of that. So what we did there was put up a menu, set choice show menu, and while the choice is something on the menu, then remove any previous splash screens, remove any previous progress screens, and restore the default screen position. And there's the menu. The title is Console for Malwarebytes Management, and then the 5 options. The main option was to install Malwarebytes. I set the screen position to halfway across on the horizontal position, that's for 50, and then fully to the bottom in the vertical position. And then we have the first of the progress screens, which is to check for previous installation. Wait for 1 second, and then do the check for whether or not the program is installed. And here is the ask screen. So if a version of Malwarebytes is already installed, then it will be uninstalled and replaced by a previous version. And what we're doing next is including another script via the include statement, which is install Malwarebytes here.fsh, and that is represented by this script. So once again, we're removing any existing screens, displaying another progress message, and this time we're doing a little bit more, so we're 4% through rather than 2%. Another sleep, another ask, and then the include for verify data, which is the 3rd script. And there's a lot going on in this screen, but the main one, in fact we haven't got to this yet, so I will come back to that once we've run the console again. So let's do that one more time. Install Malwarebytes. Gathering required information. Now last time we quit out of this by clicking no, so this time I'm going to click yes, and now we have come to the verify script. So there's 3 examples of different user interface commands on the screen at the moment. The bottom one is the progress bar, and we're currently at 4%, indicated by the 2 blue boxes. The middle screen is a user input screen, an example of a multi-line or multi-field user input, and the top screen is a repositioned splash screen, so I've used that to display the explanatory information. So at this point I can put something in each of these fields, and I'm just going to put some dummy information in there, and I'm going to click OK to move to the next screen. And what that is going to do is prompt for a password, which is another example of a user input, and this time it's a password screen, and it will not display the characters. So I just type 123 and it replaces it with 3 asterisks. Same again for the repeat. Click OK, and I'm not going to continue at this point. This is just another example of an ask screen, so I'm going to cancel. We come back to the console. I'm going to cancel out of that and go back to the script and just go over to verifydata.fsh. So what that put up was the multi-line input. So the screen where I entered all that data was multi-input, enter Malwarebytes customer data, customer name, various other information, and then we move down to, if I go back to install MB here, the password screen. And I won't bring that one up. It's pretty self-explanatory how the password input field works. So just one more thing to show you. Run the console one more time, and let's double click the exit, and this is an example of a countdown user interface message. So before that gets to the end, you can see that's counting down there. I'm going to cancel that so that we go back to the script. Let's scroll down and have a look at that countdown, and what that's saying is if countdown 10 then reboot. So the 10 is 10 seconds, so over a period of 10 seconds the countdown is going to progress. If I let it go to completion, then the workstation would reboot. So that's just a quick look at some of the graphical user interface elements under FastTrack Scripting Host. Thanks for watching.